Welcome. In this video, I will overview how I can code and create a project in my Scratch classroom. So this is my name and this is the Scratch classroom that I am part of. You can see that I can enter in information about me, so who I am and what I'm working on. And I simply do that by clicking on the space and typing in whatever information I like. I'm going to create a new project now. So I go to the top and I click on Create. And it'll open up my project page. So there are a few things that I'll just want to go over in this screencast, and I'll do some more specific examples in further screencasts on how to code different elements of Scratch. So when you first open Scratch, this is your project page. At the moment, this particular project has no name. It's Untitled 3, but I can change the name or change that by clicking on the box, deleting the words and writing in my new title. When I open my platform, there is no code here. So this place here in the middle is called my workspace, and this is where I drag my coding blocks to. Over on the right-hand side, this is called the stage, and this is where I can see my code in action, or where my game or animation might be visually taking place. And on the left-hand side, I have my coding blocks. Now, you can tell that each coding block is color coordinated. So the blue blocks are called the motion blocks, and these are all about movement. So how my character might move, whether it's 10 steps or turning 15 degrees. So you can see in this example, he's turning 15 degrees while moving 10 steps. So they're my move blocks. To delete a block, so to place a block, I drag and I drop it on the workspace. And then to delete a block, I pick it up and I hover over here where the blocks came from, and it disappears. The next category of blocks are my look blocks. Now, these blocks will determine what my character looks like. So what costumes they might be wearing, what they might say, or what they might think. So in this example, I'm going to switch my character's costume to something else. And not all characters have a lot of fancy costumes. I might even get my character to think, or I might even get them to say something for a period of time. Anything that is white, I can change. So at the moment, I'm getting my character to think, So I might get him to think yum, and I might get him to say food. Okay, yum, food. All right, so they're my look blocks. The next lot of blocks are my sound blocks. So these determine what sort of sounds my character or animation might make. So the first one, if I pick and drag it on the screen, is telling me that my character is going to say meow. I might even be able to change the sound of that by changing the pitch and the volume. Okay. Etc. I can change the sounds in here by clicking on the drop down box, and I can either record my own sound, or if I go to my sounds tab and down the bottom here, I can select other sounds from the Scratch library. So that's my sounds tab. The next one here is my events tab, and this determines when my scripts or code will take place. So at the moment, to touch on the stack of blocks for the code to take place. I can set it up so that it's automatic, so that when I press my green flag, the code will execute or take place. So I do that by clicking a green flag event block, and then when I touch the green flag, it will execute that code. I can also change it so that it only executes the code when I touch or click on the sprite. So I've put the when this sprite is clicked block here, and I might ask my cat to move 10 steps every time it's clicked. Quickly, my control is my loops. Sensing is when we sense other characters or backdrops. If I want to change my backdrop, I click over here and I hit change backdrop, and it takes me to a menu. I can also import my own images as a backdrop, and I can add more characters by choosing the choose sprite tab.